HO Power Train Buddies, stick around to check this little dozer out. Let's get started with our video on our train layout. I hope y'all like the intro, folks, and we're gonna have more to talk about in a moment, but right now, people that are just jumping on board of HO Power Train and want to know what this layout is about, I'm gonna give it all to you in this video and show you what's been going on with my huge layout. So if you're new, and especially if you're sitting back relaxing on a Sunday before work, this should be a pretty good video to get you on board and fulfill your need of videos for your train layout. So let's jump into what we got going on, what we have to do, what we have done, and give y'all the review on that little dozer. All right, buddies. First off, we're going to start off with beginners. Beginners that want to do a layout. Now, I have some videos that partake into doing a layout, and especially if you're just clicking and it's new to you and you're just seeing this video, this is going to help you out with your layout. So getting right on into things, my yard deal here. I'm going to have to change this to an industry. So for your beginners, if you're doing your yards and whatnot, make sure your yards are long enough for your longest train, okay? I didn't do that on this because of the line, the way it goes out like that, and poor planning in the beginning. But I'm gonna turn this into an industry, and later on, I'm gonna do a middle yard, okay? So we're gonna have a middle section coming off, but I don't wanna overwhelm myself with things. I got to finish the outer main line, which we're gonna get to. So that's one big thing that your beginners would need to know is your yards. Put your longest train and your longest branch line. Each branch should fit your longest train, okay? That's my belief on a railroad, especially in HO scale. Another thing is accommodated space. If you have a small space and you don't know how much room you really need to go with, in scale is perfect for that. It's a smaller train, but it comes with the sacrifice of finding tiny trucks to go with that, tiny vehicles, construction equipment, whatever you want to put. It's harder to get that onto your layout. HO scale is leaning towards 187, so you can find 187 scale trucks as you see in the foreground over there, okay? So that's gonna be a plus for the size, but downfall on your scenery, such as trucks and vehicles and stuff. So getting into the second thing for the beginners, it's gonna help them a lot, is radiuses. I spoke about radiuses. That's one of my nemesis, is a radius. I hate doing radiuses. If you can preset your radius, in other words, buy a track such as, let me find you a radius that's preset. This is a preset radius. It has a curve in it, as you can see. In fact, it tells you on the track what it is. This is a 22-inch radius. Another thing is on HO scale for your large locomotives would be an 18-inch radius minimum. So remember your radiuses, guys. Getting onto Devil Mountain, that's a perfect example of your radius, okay? It's a smaller radius. It's running around 17 to 18, some places here and there. It's not a full 18-inch radius on this thing. So it starts off big and it chokes down into like a 17-inch radius, 18-inch radius in some places. So it's pushing the limits. I'm holding a locomotive on Devil Mountain, but it's not pretty. So I'm not tearing this thing out. I'm just going to leave it as Devil Mountain and call it a day. Feeders. Talk about feeders for your beginners. I like to go every 5-6 foot. It's plenty. Okay, people like to put every section track. That could be a heated debate, an argument of debate, but every 6 foot for me works. So if you're looking into doing a layout, make sure you put your feeders. If you want to put more, that's on you. It's more work. Okay. Of course, you have a bus line that runs completely throughout the layout, guys, under the whole diagram. So it's 2 bus wires, the red and the black, positive, negative. Runs in sequence with each other throughout the whole layout and comes back such as so. So it's going to be a bus line, and you're going to connect to it with your DCC system here. So one side of your layout, wherever you want to put it, it's going to come into your bus line. Is going to come through and end here, and you just connect it one time. Everything else is going to be feeders and connectors, blue suitcase connectors in my case. Next thing, districts. District out your tracks. So if you have a yard, that would be on one district. If you have so many feet of track that you want to do, you pretty much do what you want, but set your districts and break up your layout as much as you can. I have not run into the issues with boosters yet. If y'all wanting to know, putting a booster box, some people do it. I haven't had the need so far for that. So y'all beginners want to know more, go check out my older videos and y'all see what I've been doing with the foam stuff, what I've been doing with gluing my track in, soldering my track, even all the way down to putting real water on my layout, even building the trestle build. So there's a lot of good videos y'all can go check out if you're a beginner and wanting to know. And of course, there's other channels that can present it and break it down very well. But this is my layout, okay? So getting into the current things for all the viewers and everybody that's been following along, especially, y'all know where I'm at on my layout, okay? Y'all been with me from the beginning and y'all seen what I've been doing all the way down to the little trees. So what I have done so far and what I have yet to done, y'all remember this in the trestle. Well, I had to extend the trestle out due to the last video y'all seen, my train was coming around and it was going to hit the side of this bridge, which was a no-no. So I went ahead and put this 5 to 6 inch section of track in before it. Ron, you caught that, thank you, buddy. And those of y'all wondering, I can't really move this bridge too much because the second main line's gonna come under here. So it's gonna have to hug in, then swoop down under. I don't wanna keep coming far out. And the reason for that also is the further I go with this bridge, the longer my transition down is going to end. So I wanted to keep my transition short so it can end up into my outer main line, if it makes any sense, if y'all following that. So again, this has to transition down, as you can see, which I've already done. And I had a lot of problems with swagging and getting things level. So we put drywall on it, smoothing it down, sand, smooth down, sand, smooth down, sand, till we get our preferred look. So drywall is gonna be your friend in doing stuff like this, guys. Don't worry about cracks, just get it done. And of course, coming off of everything, coming off of that transition into our actual layout here, we had to transition down again. So we still have to go, as you can see under the track, we still got some more build up. Drywall again is perfect for that. You can sand it to preference. It's a little dusty and messy, but it works, okay? We get to go ahead and start working on our roads and where our road line is gonna be, okay? So I'm anxious to do that, and a lot more things is gonna come after that. And those of y'all wondering about the trees, they're still holding up with a little wilting here and there. I'm gonna put some more hairspray on it. We'll try that and see if that's gonna be proof of concept or not. If not, we just buy the trees. So guys, now y'all know where I'm at. Now let's go talk about our little dozer we got working on. Hoping that's gonna be a success due to I've never worked with something that small and miniature, and it's a whole new world for me in RCs. Those of y'all that know, I've always worked with 1/14 scale RCs, trucks, construction equipment, hydraulics. It's just bigger, badder, but more expensive. So now that we have our huge layout, and we're gonna start with roads and playing around on this layout, our little 1/87 scale vehicles is gonna work perfect for that. So let's go show you what I got going on with that. So the other day I went on eBay and I purchased this DAS Micro 187 bulldozer. This is a true 187 scale. Look how small it is. This little dozer is pretty much the same size as this one. So this is a Norris Scott, this is the DAS Micro. Pretty cool, huh? So let's take apart the cab and show you what I got going on. Oh, so all this is 3D printed and this little cab part comes off. But the inner workings of this, I've already got the cover on. I'm not gonna show that. But I'll tell you now, it's very tedious to do. Okay, if it focuses. It's a lot of patience to do this, guys. Again, I've never worked with something this small, and it's proven its challenges. So looking at it like this, I mean, you can see the comparison with my cut thumb compared to this. These little rollers you see on top, Very hard to put in. You gotta heat everything. And sadly to say, they give no instructions. You have to wing it and put it together. Now I've been 2 or 3 times back and forth with this little thing. I've done threw it in the box 10 times and gave up on it at least 10 times. But you can see the mechanism even in the front. Watch when I try to hold the camera. Okay, see how that works also. I mean, there's nothing short about this little rig, okay? Getting onto the tracks, we got one setup done. Don't even get me started in how I put this together. And yes, you gotta put each one together. You can see that, it's on my finger. So the world of 187 scale is cool, but it's very tedious. These are the tracks, how it comes. It's all brass and you gotta cut everything out. Anyways, it's not easy to do. When you order this kit, if you wanna decide to do it, when you order it, these little motors, they give you 4 because they're assuming you're gonna break 1 or 2. So they have a gear on the end of this motor, a little brass gear at the end, and you have to glue that gear on. And once you glue that gear onto its motor, the motor becomes no good if you break it. So if you have to take it apart again, it pretty much, once you glue it in, super glue it in, it becomes no good. So this is kind of a one wing deal, kind of one shot deal. Get it right or lose the build. So if you're stepping into this world, you have to be very careful how much you step into, because you can do a lot and waste your time and money on something like this. At least with my experience, I haven't done this before, so it is proven a challenge. But we're getting it done. So the next biggest challenge that I'm gonna have to come over with this is receivers and ESC combos to fit inside along with the servos. I've already purchased the small servos like this, and to let somebody know, these do not work. They're very small, as you can see on my thumb, but it's too much of servo here to fit into there. So I got another servo coming, and I'm gonna keep you guys in touch in how I'm getting this going. So as of now, I've already had the tracks on one side, powered it up, and it works beautiful. So again, we're gonna try to make this a success, and hopefully it works out. So thank you for watching. Hope you liked the video, especially for your Sunday video and you're trying to go back to work and you're just trying to relax and cook you a good supper tonight before Monday. I hope you liked it and enjoyed it. Please like and subscribe, and I'll catch you on the next one.